When we see you, we think of your character in Friends. Is this like a new departure? Or
It's not a new departure for me personally as an actor because I've done many other roles in theater primarily. But it may be a new experience for the audience if they are used to seeing me only as this one guy. I hope they'll be pleasantly surprised that this guy is very different from Ross. So. Actually, that credit was given to me at the last minute by the producers as a thank you, which was very nice. But I think more than anything, they recognized I was involved in the process from the very beginning to the very end. I wasn't just like a hired gun, an actor that arrived on set and then moved on to the next project. Luckily, Doug and I are very good friends and have been for years, and we've worked together several times before. So I was involved in the casting, in deciding to move the location to Chicago, changing my character's profession to sportscaster, location scouting. You know, I knew Chicago like the back of my hand, so I found great locations I wanted to film in. And then in post-production, you know, Doug and I would bounce ideas off each other in terms of the editing, the mixing, the scoring, finding music. So I guess it was a thank you. The credit was a thank you by the producers. So. I think he's a guy's guy. I mean, I know guys like this, and I think there's a part of me that's very similar to him, except the main difference is that I tend to think before I act. And this is a guy who doesn't think at all. He's that guy. He just acts, you know. And if he thinks at all, he thinks much later about what he did. And I think he has to learn a lesson by the end of the movie, and hopefully he does. But yeah, I don't know. When I think of this guy, I think of a guy I'd want to hang out with, but not someone I want to ask advice on my relationship or something from. Yeah, I play this guy Max, who's a sportscaster in Chicago, who has never been in an intimate, a real relationship before, and is kind of a womanizing lout. And his best friend Jay sets him up with a woman that he's working with, and Max, upon seeing her, just thinks this is the woman. He's got an idea in his head of his wife, and that's her. So they fall in love and quickly become engaged, and then my character absolutely flips out and tries to get my best friend to test her fidelity, her faithfulness to me. In reality, he wants out, and he would do anything. He wants any excuse. So I don't know. I have to say it's still very difficult for low-budget independent films to get picked up for distribution. This was the only one last year that Universal, I believe, picked up. It's a tough market out there, and you know, especially when you're seeing movies like Titanic, these big event movies just completely dominate the box office. I think there's more hesitation to take a risk. However, we went into it thinking, of course, with confidence that we'd come up with a good product for very little money, and at the very least, it would be worth someone's dollar to try to release it. So I think they're childhood friends. You know, it's a good question. I thought we talked about that before because in the actual event of the movie, you would question why they are friends. But I think these are guys that have been friends since they were like 6 years old, and so they're kind of just friends, and out of almost because it just feels like family or loyalty or something.
More like the past.
It's not like they have anything really in common anymore. In fact, in many ways, they're real opposites. But I think by the end of the movie, they're closer friends than they were at the beginning of the movie. Yeah, the trade-off is the lack of privacy, and you know, seeing stories made up about you in the press or the tabloids or things like that. Yeah, that's the dark side. Not having. I really like my privacy, and I don't want to. I'm very resistant in giving that up. No, there's no reason to stop doing the show because, as I told you, I was able to do 4 movies this past year and 2 plays while I was doing Friends. And as long as they're accommodating and as long as we're having a great time on the show, there's really no reason. It's too much fun. So, was to get out of my head. I mean, because to stop thinking about things and just be in just be the guy who just, he's an animal. I mean, if he sees something he wants to eat, he's going to eat it. If he sees, a girl that he's attracted to, he's going to go talk to her. He doesn't think at all. He just acts. And the biggest challenge for me personally, because I'm such a thing, I'm so cerebral, is to get out of my head.